the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, after 8 games, they're an outstanding 7-1. Things have come together for them very quickly here early in the season. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing yourselves. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
We are live from the Motor City. Welcome to Detroit and an Eastern Conference contest for the Pistons. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Take a look at the Cavaliers, the front office, the fans, everyone loving what they've been seeing from these guys. Only one loss so far.
They've really hit the ground here running, and it's hard to imagine things coming together for them any better than they have. They have literally been dominant thus far early in the season.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said it's just a will. The will to get the ball most people won't jump for. I just put myself out there. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. Some prime-time rebounders here going head-to-head, shot blockers, controlling the rim. Brent, what's a mental makeup that you see of a terrific rebounder?
Well, really all about effort, and I think sometimes we don't do our diligence in terms of talking about great rebounders with how they set up well before the shot, Kevin. There are plenty of guys that grab 4 or 5 rebounds a game, but don't think about the shooter and where they're shooting from. Some of the great rebounders in our game understand where the ball is going to fly off the rim and get themselves in position early and often to do so.
I thought Dennis Rodman was maybe the best I've ever seen at his size do just that.
You know why, Kevin, is that they never asked him to shoot the ball, so that's all he had to think about.
Right. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've got Derrick Rose. Hernan Gomez out there with Holmes. And it's LeBron James. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. Here's Rose. James trying to free himself up. Here's Holmes. LeBron outside. Tries again. The shot. No good. And Detroit the other way now. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
Bledsoe for 3, and it's Lure with the rebound. The Pistons have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. They set the pick. Jackson kicks to Lure. Back to Jackson. And the wide open shot from Redick. Kept alive. Feeds to Lure. Nice ball movement by Detroit. It's Redick on the wing. Reddick can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Holmes sets a screen. The 3. And LeBron James with the 3. James has got the first basket of the game for Cleveland.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
Drummond controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
Bledsoe against Jackson. Here's Rose. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
And now a look at LeBron James here. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 23 points per game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Jackson kicks to Lewis. And the shot no good, a bit short. Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. The drive by LeBron. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
It's just not easy to contain or control LeBron James. A nightmare when trying to stop him, especially on the drive. I just don't ever want to take for granted the fact that LeBron James is simply one of the greatest basketball players that's ever played the game. Am I overstepping it? Not at all. He is just as complete as it gets.
Knocked loose. McDermott with the steal. From deep. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And when it's all said and done, Brent, do you think LeBron James goes down as the most versatile player in NBA history?
There's no doubt about it, Kevin. If you talk about a player that had the consistent dominance that LeBron James had in every facet of the game, from the moment he stepped into the NBA, it's been a remarkable run for him. And when he steps between those sidelines, there's really nothing that he cannot do.
So it's the Pistons now, following the score by Cleveland. Shot clock at 3. He was all alone on that one. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rose passes to Hernan Gomez. Kicks to LeBron. That 3 off the mark. Detroit's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Cavaliers leading. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Off target with his 3. Hernan Gomez kicks to Rose. Back to Hernan Gomez. Outside Rose. And another miss by Cleveland. McDermott dishes to Lewis. They set the pick. There's the pass to McDermott. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, good to see McDermott down in the paint, and then he starts to show off a little bit more touch.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Early in the regular season here, some teams off and running, but Brent, if you've had a talented roster that's not coming together yet, what steps do you take to try to get that compass pointed in the right direction?
Well, I guess it depends on the players that you're looking at, Kevin. If you've made a move in the offseason with a veteran guy who you thought was going to do A, B, and C, and you only see him do A, then maybe you got to think about the lineup needs some tinkering. Well, if it's younger guys and still guys who are trying to develop, and now you're asking them to expand their games, I think you got to err on the side of being patient to see what might transpire over the course of the entirety of the season.
Jackson passes to Reddick. Lure the screen. Reddick, a good look, and Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, Reddick always a threat to score and taking full advantage.
Reddick against Rose. Got a piece of it. Here's James. Outside Rose. For three, Bledsoe. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jackson kicks to Drummond. He dishes it to McDermott. From past the arc. New 24-second clock for Detroit. Reddick with the 3 and another shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
He doesn't get the second one.
And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
Now Bledsoe following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Stolen by Jackson. Outside, Reddick. He kicks it to Lure. Here's Drummond. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got his 4th rebound in this one. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
Now McDermott following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Jackson gets the bucket.
Look, shooters know where other shooters are. And if you're not shooting, make the pass, and Doug did it there.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's LeBron for 3. Bledsoe. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Bledsoe's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Drummond a screen. And Reddick kicks to McDermott. Back to Reddick. This one for 3. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
You can't let J.J. Reddick get hot from there. And he usually starts the game that way, so this could be a long night.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Harris comes in for John Lure. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for McDermott. And Bradley's subbed in for J.J. Reddick. Now here is Harris. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Marjanovic with a screen for Bradley. From 10 feet out, second chance shot, and Marjanovic with the layup. And now an 8-point Piston lead.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Baldwin cranes the three-pointer. Baldwin's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
There's some unselfishness from LeBron there. He knows his responsibility is to get his teammates involved and into the game.
And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 6 points for Reggie Jackson.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
The 3 from LeBron. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, you still have to get a hand up, even with LeBron out there. That's the one shot you invite him to take, but at least get the hand up.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. Marjanovic, a screen on LeBron. Here's Johnson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, there's no stopping LeBron right there. He's done that thousands of times.
And we talk about the things that make LeBron great, Brent. The mental aspect of his game probably goes overlooked sometimes.
When you think about the way that LeBron James can be a chess master out on the floor, wherever he wants the ball, he can set the pieces up where he knows he can take advantage of how the defense is going to play. And his teammates will tell you he can pretty much recall any play after a game that he's played. So him processing the game is on another level.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Bradley, no one around him. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. We've seen the shift in offensive strategy, Brent. More threes, more spacing, better flow, opening up driving lanes and opportunities to make at least one quick move to the basket. What have defenses been doing on the other side trying to counteract those trends?
I think the biggest trend that you see, Kevin, is the switching defenses. So many rosters now constructed of guys who have the ability to get off of the screen and to pick up a perimeter player. And that's not for 24 seconds, but 5 or 6 seconds being able to contain dribble penetration and challenge deep threes. So the switching aspect of NBA defense, that is a trend.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's LeBron. Here's Baldwin, guarded by Harris. Rejected by Harris. The 3 from Bradley, and he's good on the 3-ball. And it's an 8-point Detroit lead.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide-open 3.
On the wing, James. He's guarded by Johnson. James, the pass to Hernan Gomez. LeBron kicks to Baldwin. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Baldwin's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Detroit leading by 5. Outside Jackson, pass to Bradley. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Jumper off the screen. Got a piece of it.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Here's Jackson, and Shumpert pulls it down.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play.
Oh, man.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Here's Jackson. Outside Brent. Over Shumpert. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 1. And we'll be back right after this. J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for JJ and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
Johnson and Harris are at the forward spots. Kennard is out there with Avery Bradley, and it's Marjanovic in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, the mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player. Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. Good work there as it goes.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Shumpert a screen on Johnson, and Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
On defense, Detroit, they haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Baldwin, boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Pistons leading by 3. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
That just happened.
My goodness, I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took them a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not
no.
at all.
The Cavaliers have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Daniels has checked in. Brent, when you were playing in Seattle, those were the best assist years statistically of your career. What led you to become such a catalyst for that offense?
Well, it was interesting just as I finally got an opportunity to start to play with the basketball as a 2-guard a little bit more in Seattle, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo. And again, I'll mention opportunities because of Gary Payton getting double-teamed. It opened up situations for me, Kevin, where I could be a bit more creative as the off guard.
And you love that, didn't you?
I love playing that way. I wish I had more years of doing that, kind of the run-and-gun style that Phoenix employed for most of the mid-2000s with that 7 seconds or less. I could have been agreeable with that.
Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Doug McDermott comes in for Stanley Johnson. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Daniels. Bradley kicks to McDermott. And here's Harris from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Cavaliers. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Here's Baldwin, guarded by Harris. Henderson kicks to Baldwin. Cleveland moving it around. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Daniels.
Good decision to kick the ball out as the defense collapsed.
Outside Bradley. The feed now to Harris. Drummond the screen. Here's Kennard. Another shot in deep. Drummond drops it in. Drummond's got 5 now.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Baldwin, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Tyronn Lue's still pretty much new to the coaching ranks, but a tremendous amount of experience from his playing career. He won titles with Kobe and Shaq in Los Angeles for the Lakers, played alongside Michael Jordan in Washington, and he's seen LeBron James bring a title back to Cleveland. That's a lot of championship experience for Ty Lue.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Lewis checked in for Tobias Harris, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Avery Bradley. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. The Pistons second. In third, the Cavaliers.
And here we've got 2 teams shooting the ball so well on the season, and neither one hesitates to pull the trigger. This is a great matchup.
And Brent, you talk about Cavs coach Tyronn Lue. Having played with those greats, he knows how to win.
Well, he's never been intimidated by any player that he's suited up with, and certainly relished any of the opportunities to make contributions as a member of the teams that he played for. So he recognizes all those things, and I think he also recognizes the tremendous opportunity in front of him to coach one of the game's all-time greats in LeBron James.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Bledsoe outside. Holmes has a screen. Here's Baldwin, covered by Redick. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And that one's good. Daniels.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Redick kicks to McDermott. Drummond a screen. Holmes with the steal. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Finished off the break. And now a 3-point Cleveland lead.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And Redick kicks to McDermott. Will it go? Passes to Kennard. Dishes it to Redick. McDermott with it. 11-point game his last outing. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Bledsoe dishes to Rose. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's McDermott. It's blocked.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Bledsoe for 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Pistons trail by 6. Kennard, the pass to Drummond. It's Redick on the wing. Pass to Kennard. And Drummond kicks to McDermott. Here's Kennard. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Over in the corner, Rose. Stripped away. Here's Kennard. Looking for his first basket still on this one. The dish to Lewis. And there's the pass to Kennard. Drummond working against Bledsoe. Drummond passes to Redick. Shot clock at 2. Detroit, no good that time either. Cleveland leading by 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the 3, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in terms of their skill. The game has come a long way. Happy to see it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Kennard. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Cavaliers. James comes in for Troy Daniels. Here's Redick. And nothing is falling for him right now. Cavaliers have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. The kick out to Rose. Back to LeBron. Bledsoe outside. It's LeBron with the drive. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. LeBron's got 15 points. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
Pistons trail by 10. Jackson dishes to Lure. Back to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. McDermott. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. McDermott's got his second basket of the night. Drummond working against James. Holmes kicks to Rose. Back to Holmes. Cleveland moving the ball around. Rose passes to Holmes. 4 on the clock. Back to Rose. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Lobbed up there for Drummond.
I love that dish down low.
Now Bledsoe. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
And it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Redick. Shoots it up. And Detroit again with the bucket. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Holmes with it. Defended by Drummond. Stolen by Lure. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. A different look here for Detroit. Marjanovic comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Johnson in for Doug McDermott. Shumpert is checked in for the Cavaliers. Now here's Jackson. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Shot off the screen. Bledsoe with the rebound.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
1:51 left to play in the first half. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to LeBron. Bledsoe outside. Holmes, that's a screen. Bledsoe kicks to Holmes. Back to Bledsoe. Over Jackson. That doesn't go either for Bledsoe.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. You just can't buy a bucket right now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
We've got 1:18 left now here in the second. James, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Bledsoe for 3. Sinks the triple. Bledsoe's got 9 points.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Jackson dishes to Lure. Passes it to Marjanovic. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Bledsoe against Jackson. And Shumpert kicks to Holmes. LeBron outside. Bledsoe left side. In the corner, Holmes with it. Shot clock at 6. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Jackson pass to Marjanovic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Marjanovic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's Bledsoe. He's got 9. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. 11 points in the game.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score.
And so it's Cleveland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Teron Lou. Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run in transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Teron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, it's what LeBron does. Overpowers you with his strength, overwhelms you with his athleticism, but more than that, he beats you down mentally. Very few guys in the history of the league can do the kinds of things we saw him do in the first half. But I used to do it. What? I didn't hear what you said, Ernie.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills. That's a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Cleveland, they've got LeBron James. Bledsoe is out there with Rose. Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's Holmes in at the 4 slot.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Just watch Eric Bledsoe out there and just the athleticism that he can play with at that position. Seems like he's still getting stronger and faster every year. He's got tremendous burst and tremendous power. Tough for opposing point guards to match that kind of physicality.
Just 5 on the clock. Lure on a screen on LeBron. That one a little long.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And for Bledsoe, it is said that he greatly improved his diet since establishing himself in the league.
Well, I like the fact that Eric Bledsoe has taken this a lot more seriously. Of course, he's a very physical player, plays the point guard position, and with that kind of taxing work on your body, best thing you could do is make sure you fuel it up for that kind of action.
LeBron drives in, and the dunk by James.
Wow, LeBron on the roll, this time rocks it.
Here's Jackson. He's got 6. They set the pick. Here's Lure. And the shot falls short this time.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Bledsoe kicks to Rose. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 3rd assist on the night. Pistons trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Outside, Redick feeds it to Drummond. From the high post. And a little luck that time, but it drops. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Bledsoe kicks to James. Just under 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter now. Down low. Stolen by Lure. Jackson up top. Guarded by Bledsoe. That's tipped. Jackson passes to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Fires for 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Hernangomez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Harris is checked in for the Pistons. Bradley comes in for J.J. Redick. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the 2nd half now. So Stan Van Gundy is going to talk to his team here. Timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
Baldwin, he's checked in for Cleveland. Here's Jackson. He's got 6, and the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Right around 3 minutes into the 2nd half. And there's the pass to Baldwin. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Launches a 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Harris kicks to Jackson. Drummond a screen. Fires the 3. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Jackson.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Right side Rose. Here's Baldwin. 14 points for him. Back to Rose. Baldwin kicks to James. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. LeBron's got 4 points this quarter.
He's been on his A game seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Rose against Bradley. Pass to Baldwin. And it's sent back by Drummond. Out to the right wing. McDermott dishes to Jackson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Harris kicks to Jackson. It's stolen by Hernangomez. Now Cleveland moving it up. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Drummond. Pistons trail by 10. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. All alone. Nice jump shot. Good.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Jackson kicks to Bradley. Drummond a screen. Rose against Bradley. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Pass to Baldwin. Fires the three. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Yeah, LeBron with the whip pass there, good at surveying the court and spotting the open teammate.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. He's checked in for Detroit. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Henderson's checked in. Here's Jackson. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter. Guarded by Jackson, using his post move to get the 2 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Outside Bradley. Kicks to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Baldwin. He's got 17. Hernan Gomez in the corner. The three-pointer, no good. Jackson with it. The 3 from Bradley. Here's Drummond, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Drummond's got 13.
You can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Fires it up. No good off the front iron. Pistons trail by 11. Jackson passes to Bradley. Now Jackson. He's got 11. And the basket by Harris. Here's Rose. To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Free throw good, Hernan Gomez.
A second-round pick who relies on instincts and a little bit of size. Hernan Gomez, actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
For the Pistons, Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Stanley Johnson in for Reggie Jackson. And so it's Cleveland with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Henderson takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Henderson's got his first bucket in this one. Got a piece of it. And even 3-on-3 break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Johnson. The Cavaliers have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Now here's Marjanovic. He's got 10. Good on. A second chance effort. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 12 points in the game.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Baldwin kicks to Rose. There's the pick. Stolen away. Harris dishes to Bradley. Marjanovic, a screen on Rose. It's tipped. Guarded by Bradley. That shot, no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
Now, I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
A different look now for Cleveland. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Shumpert comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Derrick Rose. Baldwin the pass to Holmes. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. He has 7.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Marjanovic, a screen on Shumpert. Bradley, that's for 2. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Avery Bradley. Cleveland leading by 9.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at number 1, and still after one season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
For 3, Bledsoe. Kennard with the rebound. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Redick against Bledsoe. On the wing, Harris. 8 points for him. And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school. Terrific player, but he's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
Here's Harris. Harris missing again.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Pistons trail by 13. Pass to Kennard. There's a screen by Marjanovic. That's tipped. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Harris has got 8 here in the quarter.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And stolen by Redick. On the wing, Johnson. Guarded by Shumpert. Redick for 3. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bledsoe kicks to Holmes. Out to Shumpert. Cleveland moving the ball around. No good from Bledsoe. Harris outside. Redick for 3. Redick can't get that one to fall. Here's Baldwin. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've reached the end of the third. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 8. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
We need to make solid plays, okay? solid plays, aggressive plays, but solid plays. All right?
Wanting to keep up the energy here, Stan Van Gundy would also like to add a dose of greater efficiency.
You know, it's a delicate balance. To perform your best, you need to go 100%, but also be in control while doing it.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Johnson is out there with John Lure. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Kennard in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Down low, here's Baldwin. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Kennard. Left side, Redick. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Brent, everyone knows J.J. Redick for his ability to shoot, but he does much more than that for a team.
Well, there's a lot of things that J.J. Redick does subtly on the defensive end as being a good positional defender, understanding where it is that 2 guards like to get their offense going, where J.J. can be complimentary on that end too. So it's not just the shooting. He plays a good bit of defense as well.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, the former Dookie, J.J. Redick, has carved out an incredible role as one of the league's most deadly shooters.
And the Pistons making a change here. McDermott's checked in. A switch here also for Cleveland. James is checked in.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger. Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Here's Johnson. Sweet little floater. Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
Good on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
And Lure wide open. He shoots it. A second chance effort. He lays it in.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
In the corner, it's James. Misses the 3. Pistons trail by 9. Right side, Redick. He dishes it to Johnson. There's a screen by Marjanovic. 6 to shoot. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
McDermott is terrific at letting the defense open up. Once he sees the lane to the bucket, he jumps right in there.
A different look here for Detroit. Drummond comes in for Marjanovic, and it's Jackson in for Johnson. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Over to the wing. Bledsoe for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Jackson kicks to Redick. Drummond a screen. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got 4 points this quarter.
Really good decision as Redick is playing at full speed, but slows down, makes the right choice.
Baldwin the pass to Holmes, and stolen by Drummond. McDermott dishes to Redick. Out of hand on it. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Andre Drummond. The Cavaliers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Whoa!
Wow. Look out.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Brewer inside. It's rebounded by Baldwin. Baldwin's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's LeBron, and he jams it right over Andre Drummond. Wow!
I love LeBron being shifty on that play, outstanding at going right to the rack with that size, strength, and speed.
Jackson kicks to McDermott. Drummond the screen. Outside, Redick sinks the triple. Redick's got 10 points here in the second half.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
LeBron James on the wing. The pass to Baldwin. The kick out to LeBron. And James throws it down hard.
Just wonder how the confidence of the team gets established when LeBron James gets off to a start like this.
Here's Jackson. He kicks to Redick. Lure the screen. And so it's Cleveland with it. Inside and stolen by Drummond. Outside, Redick. The feed to Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Say that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Baldwin the pass to Holmes. Kicks it out to James. Cleveland moving it around. To the paint. And Holmes throws it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. To the inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
That one is off. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Pistons. Then for the Cavaliers, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Baldwin. And it's Rose in for Eric Bledsoe. Rose gets a wide open look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And it's an 11-point Cleveland lead. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy told the team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back."
Okay, David, thanks. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Right side, Rose. James outside. Rose dishes to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Rose. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Working on Drummond. And here's McDermott. Dishes it to Drummond. And Lure kicks to McDermott. Jackson with it. He's picked up by James. Feeds it to Lure. McDermott for three. And another three for Detroit.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. For three. Cranes the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
And that's from beyond, guys. Right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Lure sets the pick for Bradley. Shoots over Holmes. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. The drive by James. Oh, he misses the dunk.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
We love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Rose kicks to James. The high post shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. James has got 25 points.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Rose against Bradley. Bucket is good. Bradley's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the...
Look at that!
You got to do better than that, or at least try. LeBron James just too strong, and a little contact is not going to go a long way.
Jackson with it. Outside Brent. Drummond a screen. Bradley against Rose. Bradley can't get it to go. Outside Rose. On the wing, James. From beyond the arc, and Derrick Rose gets the three. And now it's a 10-point Cavalier lead.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. McDermott passes to Lure. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Bledsoe's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 10. James outside. Back to Bledsoe. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. The kick out to LeBron. Lets the three fly. No good from Bledsoe. Detroit's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Back to Jackson. Bradley, that's for 2. And the shot falls short this time.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
How about the move from Hernan Gomez? Has to develop a little bit more at this level, but looks game to put in the effort.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. McDermott, no one around him. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. McDermott's got 14 points now in the second half. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Now LeBron. In the corner, Holmes with it. And stolen by Drummond. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. McDermott for three, and another three for Detroit.
It's starting to feel like those college days for McDermott, as right now he's on a roll.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe kicks to Holmes. To the inside. The kick out to Rose. Bledsoe outside. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Hernan Gomez. From about 16, and it's off the back rim. No good.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake. And how good does that gotta feel? Doug McBucket's coming up huge with that opportunity.
And an intentional foul right there. Here's James. And they go to the intentional foul.
Doug McDermott. That's his second personal.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
I think about LeBron James, and it's not about the job, it's how you do the job. And he's been a professional every season that he's been in the association.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. And Drummond is right there.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And he commits the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for the Cavaliers, Derrick Rose. 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
And Derrick Rose, the former #1 overall pick in 08, one of the most athletically gifted point guards the league has ever seen.
Lure dishes to McDermott. Drummond with a screen on James. Here's McDermott. Nails it!
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
At the line for the Cavaliers, LeBron James. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. LeBron, what was the defensive focus individually and as a team, and how do you think you guys executed it?
It's a tough team to guard off the bounce. They're so athletic, they're so quick, but it's a good job by all of us defensively, and it's always good to get a win on the road.
Road wins do tend to be more precious. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.